In this video we're going to look at solving and factorising quadratic equations. And these sort of equations look a little bit different to the previous video where the quadratic equation had already been factorised, that is, put into brackets. Whenever you see a quadratic expression or equation like this, your first thought is usually to factorise it, and you'd be correct. When solving quadratic equations, you're going to go one step further. So in this case here, we've got x squared plus 5x plus 6, and we need to factorise that. And you're going to go through your factorising rules. That is, you remember that you are looking for numbers that multiply to your c value here, the plus 6, that add or subtract to this one, middle value here. So if we think of the factor pairs of 6, we get 1 and 6 and 3 and 2. And so we have to look at those two there to say, well, what adds up to plus 5? And of course it's 3 and 2. So we would rewrite this therefore as x plus 2, x plus 3 equals 0. And then we follow the steps we had in the last video where we then solve this particular quadratic equation. We deal with the first bracket first, x plus 2 equals 0, that's a plus there, therefore x equals negative 2, and then x plus 3 equals 0, that means x equals negative 3, so therefore solving this particular problem would end up with x is equal to negative 2 and x is equal to negative 3. So on the next screen I'm going to give you a practice example to work through. You've just got to remember it's going to be one very similar to this where we've got an unfactorised quadratic equation. You have to factorise it, then solve it. So the quadratic equation I want you to have a go at solving is x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals 0. What I want you to do now is pause this video, work it out on a piece of paper, and then start the video up again and I'll go through the answers. Okay, by now you should have had a go at working this out. So the first step is we need to factorise this particular equation. And if we look at the 10 on the end here, we need to figure out what are the factor pairs of 10. So we've got 1 and 10, whoops, we've got 2 and 5. Which one of those adds to 7? Well, it's pretty obvious that it's 2 and 5. So factorising this particular equation would be x plus 2, x plus 5 equals 10, oops, equals 0, sorry. And then we solve those particular brackets. X plus 2 equals 0, so therefore x equals negative 2, and x plus 5 equals 0, so therefore x equals negative 5, and those are your two solutions.